Cat Grant reports from the peace summit between North and South Rhodesia. The summit is at an impasse, and both leaders, Tsung of the South and Syngman Lee of the North, have agreed to bring in a neutral arbitrator. Red Arrow is at the summit too, following intel that Cheshire is going to kill the arbitrator. He contacts Aqualad for information about her. Aqualad offers the team's assistance, but Red Arrow refuses. With the knowledge that Cheshire is 5'6", he scans all attending women until he gets a match. Cheshire is masquerading as a vendor. Red Arrow assembles his bow, ready to intervene, as the arbitrator arrives by car. Cheshire aims an RPG at the car the moment it stops, but Red Arrow manages to shoot an arrow at her, sending the rocket skyward.
Lex Luthor?
Uthor vouches for Red Arrow, despite Police Chief Xiaoping's protest that he must be questioned. Red Arrow protests as well. He does not want a favor from Lex Luthor, and he despises him. Luthor claims to have the best interest in the summit. They head inside, where the violence has not done the summit any good. The two leaders accuse the other of hiring the assassin. Red Arrow is still not convinced of Luthor's honesty, and claims to have evidence for LexCorp weapons deals to both Rholesias. But according to Luthor, a united Rhodesia is far more profitable than a war between the two. Lex wants to hire the young hero to find out what the League of Shadows were after. Red Arrow refuses any money from Luthor, but will investigate either way. Superboy is working on his bike when Martian Manhunter and Red Tornado come to pick him and Miss Martian up for their first day of school. Aqualad reminds them that they have to change, which Megan does by shape-shifting into a new outfit. She also changes her skin tone so Megan Morse can blend in at school. Superboy hasn't thought of a name yet, but rejects Martian Manhunter's suggestion of John, a name both he and Red Tornado use. Miss Martian suggests Connor, and he decides to go with it. Martian Manhunter comes up with Kent as a last name, but both teams are unaware of its actual meaning, and think it's in honor of Kent Nelson instead. Miss Martian wants Connor Kent to change his shirt, because the S-Shield would reveal his secret identity.
What's the endgame? The Peace Summit or Luthor himself?
Hey, where are your little sidekick friends?
Before Red Arrow can realize what is happening, he is thrown across the room by an explosion. Cheshire welcomes the escape, but is not happy Sportsmaster is the one to get her out. They escape over the rooftops. Red Arrow pursues, first by zip line, but Cheshire cuts the rope with a shuriken. Sportsmaster and Cheshire make it to a helicopter that is standing by. Still a block away, Red Arrow shoots a rope directly at the chopper, and holds on. Cheshire cuts the rope, and the archer has to create a landing spot with a foam arrow. He does have the location of the two, as the arrowhead still lodged in the helicopter's hull has a tracker. The two assassins make it to the headquarters of the Shadows. Cheshire remarks that she wants to kill Sportsmaster, but he just laughs it off. Ra's al Ghul cut in between them, and he is not pleased with Cheshire's failure. He wants the summit to fail because peaceful nations do not hire the Shadows. Red Arrow spies on them, but cannot evade Ra's al Ghul's keen senses. Marvin is skateboarding across the schoolyard, missing all the students except for one, Connor. The new kid picks him up and questions him about his t-shirt, which has a green and yellow M stylized like the Superman shield. Mal has a Superman t-shirt. In fact, all the students have superhero t-shirts. Megan introduces herself and Connor, leading Marvin to make a comment about their alliterative names.
Fierce! Not too bright, but fierce.
Cheshire lets Sportsmaster finish him off. Red Arrow manages to duck away from the first explosive javelin, but the blast knocks him off the roof and into the river. Sportsmaster throws a second javelin after him. They don't see him resurface, and leave. On the other shore, Red Arrow barely makes it to safety, and calls in for help. Back in Happy Harbor, Lucas Carr's homeroom class is watching the news about the summit. He asks Marvin to tell the class about Rhodesia, but he can only come up with a lame joke that gets some giggles. Connor impresses his teacher by giving a concise history about the nation, and questions why they are fighting, as they are all humans and Rhodesians.
such as the exquisite art of the Relation tea ceremony.
Take Sportsmaster! Let's end this!
Quite a coup for Lex Luthor. Under his leadership, North and South Relasia are signing a treaty.
I cannot rule out the possibility. Instinct was to call the cave.
Megan is at the tryouts. She does a small cheer, and after some deliberation, the other girls throw a tub of water over her. Wendy apologizes for the shower, but it's an initiation ritual, she's in. While she celebrates, Karen notes Connor on the ground, and thinks he might be hot, but also kind of a freak.
His equipment, and are quite literally buying into the peace and economic guidance of the world. Seize the light.